Good morning. Welcome to Marianne's Alaska Kitchen. Today I'm going to be whipping up some Turkish eggs, which are a sumptuous combination of Aleppo pepper, which can be bought on Amazon, and Greek yogurt, poached eggs, a little dill. It's just magical. So let's get cooking. So I'm going to start by heating up a sauce pot with about 3 inches of water to poach my eggs in. And I'm going to show you a whole new way to poach your eggs that are easy and foolproof. So I'm going to turn on my water on high. I'm going to put an oven-proof bowl on top, which is just any ceramic bowl or even Corelle, pyrex, anything like that. And 1 serving. So I'm going to put in about a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt into my bowl that's over the heat. I'm going to add a little bit of salt because eggs need salt. And I'm going to crush some garlic into that. So I've pressed my 1 clove of garlic into the Greek yogurt, and you only want to use a little bit because it does stay mostly raw. We're just warming that yogurt over the boiling water so we can poach our eggs. So for the next step, I've got a couple of tea strainers that are going to go over my little 1 cup pyrex cups. I'm going to crack my eggs into them. And this is what makes this poaching secret really perfect, is you strain off what I never knew existed before I saw this tip, which is there's stringy bits of white. If you sieve them out with the tea strainers, then you get a perfect poached egg without all the stringy bits. And I'm going to turn it all the way down to low until I'm not seeing any movement in the water. So if you have movement in the water, that would break up the whites, and we don't want that. So I'm just gonna drop those in very gently. No need to create a centrifuge to make it together, because it's just gonna do it by itself in that very hot but not moving water. So I'm filming this after Thanksgiving. I'm lucky to have found any fresh herbs here in Alaska in the store. But I did find my dill, and fresh dill on this dish is not requisite. You can use dried, but the fresh is just more beautiful and more delicious. So I've got fresh dill. I'm gonna pull off the fronds, and you always pull downward on the stem to get those fronds off. Unlike cilantro, you really don't want to use the stems. So I'm going to get chopping that up. Next, I'm going to start preparing our Aleppo pepper butter. Again, no low-cal dish going on here, but it is pure comfort food. Don't let the name Turkish Eggs put you off, because this isn't going to taste strange to American taste buds. It's just going to taste awesome. So, star ingredient in Turkish Eggs is this beautiful Aleppo pepper. I have not been able to find it or source it in a store here in Alaska, but it's easily gettable on Amazon. So it's amazing. Once you taste it, you're going to want to use it on way more than eggs. It's fantastic. So I'm going to stir up this warmed yogurt. My eggs are perfect. They've been in that very subtle, very low heat water. I found my best tool for that is to use a rice paddle. So I'm gonna go in and pull that beautifully poached egg out. There she goes. White is cooked. Yolk is still nice and jiggly. Pour off the water as you pull those out. Perfect poached eggs, and easy. And they have a delicious, subtle lemon taste. So into my fry pan, I'm going to throw in a couple tablespoons of butter. I'm going to get that just bubbling. You can brown your butter. That's the cooker's choice and whatever you like, but I like it to just be bubbling when I add the pepper. While I'm getting my butter going, I'm going to take one slice of sourdough bread. I really do prefer like the rounder loaves and a thick chunk of it to go with these eggs, but don't have it, so thin sourdough is going to be the flavor of the day. So when your butter starts making that bubbly noise that we all know, that's when my Aleppo pepper is going to go in. If you like it less spicy, use less than a tablespoon. I'm going to use about 3/4 of a tablespoon in here, and then you shake it, and that pepper immediately foams up, and that's done. So you take it off the heat as soon as it starts foaming. You just want it to bloom in that butter. You don't want it to burn. Don't leave it on the stove. Don't leave the heat on. And we're about ready to assemble. So I've got my eggs here. I've got my butter. I'm going to start drizzling around the edges. I have several of my family members very addicted to this dish because it is so good. It's rich enough that you don't even really need meat or hash browns or anything else. It's a complete breakfast. It will keep you full. And I'm going to garnish with my dill. It's one of those things that looks super gourmet, but it's actually just comfort food from a faraway nation. So thank you, Turkey. Look at that. Just glorious. And just in time, my toast just popped up. I'm going to pop that into the bowl and let somebody really have a flavor bomb, delicious breakfast. Bug, I got something for you, man.